Nicole Bronowicz is a senior business marketing student. Like many of UIC students, she has a job while she's at school, and she manages a successful cleaning service together with her mother. She wants to continue building her business after graduation, while at the same time striving to attain an MBA degree. Nicole is the daughter of Polish immigrants. As you can expect, she's fluent in Polish, and she's the first in her family to attend college. Brianna Hines is a senior graphic design student with a minor in business administration. She's an artist who enjoys the creative process, expressing herself through paint, typography, or music. Brianna also has a blog discussing her journey as a young Chicago artist. She's also the captain of the UIC swimming and diving team, and she holds not only the UIC, but also the Horizon League conference record in the 500 and 1000 freestyle. She's fast. We begin with Nicole.
Umbrellas, smartphones, credit cards. What do all of these things have in common? Well, like almost all other things that exist today, we wouldn't have them without someone, somewhere along the line, being extremely innovative. Innovation, for me as well as for everyone in this room, I'm sure, is a concept that has been constantly circulating in my mind ever since I began my education. It has become clear to me that in the huge mass of smart people existing in this world, you're a dime a dozen unless you can be truly innovative, unless you think outside the box. Just like our hardworking, innovative architects working to give our campus a new face, innovation is everywhere. As Professor Berg and Bowie have already mentioned, Interdisciplinary Product Development, or IPD, is a year-long program that brings together students from the colleges of business, engineering, design, and medicine. This program facilitates teamwork between the disciplines to achieve a common goal of creating something of value for our sponsors. As students, it's a great opportunity to work on real-world business problems with mentors from the actual business. The sponsors span product, service, digital, and medical domains. Working with all of these wonderful companies gives us the hands-on experience that a lot of us students have not had prior to taking this course. The IPD journey focuses on primary and secondary research techniques that identify unmet needs and opportunities. This research ultimately leads to the design, development, engineering, and testing of real-life prototypes that have been laboriously and meticulously created by us. Brianna and I have come an incredibly long way in our interdisciplinary product development timeline, although we have an even longer way to go. We have had the great opportunity to work with Caterpillar this academic year to bring to life the product ideas as part of our scope of work that we spent all fall semester identifying. Our semester began with a world of research at our fingertips and only one simple problem: to create a wearable device worthy of being sold by Caterpillar to solve an industry problem. The problem was ours to find through research, but had to rest somewhere in the domains of health, safety, and productivity as it related to Caterpillar and its customers. We hit the ground running and fell flat on our faces many times. Weekly check-ins with both faculty and Caterpillar representatives ensured that our teams were on the right track. These check-ins also taught us the value of constructive criticism, how to accept when you're wrong, and when you're wrong, to put all of your minds together and find a road that's right. This is the first program I have encountered in my education that has asked me to create something common with people so very different from me. But the thing is, when you're stuck in your own mindset, you don't realize how important other points of view are for creating something truly innovative. Within the first few weeks of class, I found myself already looking through different lenses and learning with a different style. I began to understand why the engineer disagreed with me on this, or why the designer came up with that, but more importantly, I began to put a high value on their ideas. Their approaches to innovation made me tweak and reconsider mine.
A challenge we faced was diving into an unknown work culture that could only be described as, well, out of my comfort zone. The first day of class, I was introduced to Caterpillar with the lens of, don't make things look pretty. As a designer, this was something that was very new. Not only was it not pretty, we were introduced to the low-tech environment of the workplace. Companies invest in students for their young, fresh ideas, but being a tech-savvy millennial can be hindering in this process. Being patient and learning the language of a construction worker in context is vital to understanding what we can do for them. In order to understand the blue-collar work culture and the challenges that came along with it, we had to find primary research. Hearing stories of individuals who work within the construction industry gave context, connection, and inspiration for developing a product that impacted these individuals' well-being. Being a swimmer for 15 years, I've had my fair share of tendinitis, back and shoulder injuries, and overall soreness. I am lucky enough to have my pain eased with services from diligent trainers at UIC's sports medicine. That was my solution, but I had to ask myself if I could step into the shoes of a worker coming home after hours of strenuous work, what would they want and what would they need? In IPD, we are asked to generate a broad range of potential solutions and evaluate them with objective criteria. They have to solve a real problem, and there has to be value in solving it. So while these stories became personal, during the ideation process, it was vital to remove my attachment to ideas, keeping in mind the greater good of the group and the company. Much like captaining the swim team, the ideation process needed direction. We needed everyone on the team swimming their best race. Everyone began to butt heads, skip steps, because everyone wanted their ideas to become a reality. Eventually, we stepped back and reminded ourselves that a group effort is the only way to develop a product that could truly affect someone's life. As a team, we have been able to recognize that while our problem statement focuses on health, we want to do more. Many of our ideas go beyond changing the workflow within a 9-to-5 shift, but even more so beyond the work site. How can we influence these individuals' lifestyle? One of the largest lessons learned is the idea that there are people behind jobs. There's more to a construction worker than the job site or project, as I am more than just a swimmer and a designer. While we may identify with our talents and expertise, collaboratively, my colleagues and I continue to work towards health-related solutions for Caterpillar. This course reminds us of the greater good beyond just a good resume experience. We are understanding an unfamiliar work culture, seeing problems firsthand, and working to innovate in order to change someone's life. Winning a conference title in the pool is only as good as the lessons it's taught me along the way, and the same stands for our product. Through exposure to new disciplines, learning to work as a team, seeing the world through eyes of others, we are expanding our horizons and learning the power of innovation. This is only the beginning of our journey. We have many trials and tribulations ahead of us. But this semester, we look forward to prototyping, bringing our sketches to life, and creating something truly innovative.